You're sitting there right now, maybe scrolling, maybe searching for answers, and something inside you knows, something feels off. She said something, or maybe five things, and your gut tightened, but you ignored it. You told yourself stories, made excuses for her, convinced yourself it's different, that you're different, that she didn't mean it. Brother, I need you to stop right here, because what I'm about to say could save you years, years of confusion, years of pain, years of wondering why you kept trying so hard and it never worked. If this resonates at all, hit that subscribe button now, because the men who need this are the ones courageous enough to face uncomfortable truth. Let's talk about female psychology, not to bash women, not to play victim, but to give you clarity, the kind of clarity that protects your peace, your purpose, your self-respect. There are five things, five specific statements, that when a woman says them, you need to recognize the pattern and you need to walk away. Not out of anger, not out of bitterness, but out of self-love, out of knowing your worth. Most men miss these signs because we're wired differently. We hear words literally. We take things at face value. We believe what we're told, but women communicate in layers. Subtext matters more than text, and when certain phrases come out, they're revealing something deeper, something she may not even consciously realize herself, but your nervous system knows. That's why you're here. So let's begin. The first thing to recognize is when she constantly says, I need space. Now listen carefully here, because context is everything. Everyone needs space sometimes. Healthy relationships have breathing room, but I'm talking about a different kind of space. The kind that's always asked for, right when things get real, right when intimacy deepens, right when you're building something. She pulls away and says, I just need space. This isn't about her schedule. This isn't about being busy. This is about emotional availability, or the lack of it. When a woman is truly invested, she creates closeness, not distance. She moves toward you, not away from you. The request for space becomes a pattern, a cycle. You get close, she retreats. You back off, she returns. You lean in again. She needs space again. This is called push-pull, and it destroys good men because you start to believe that your presence is too much, that your love is suffocating, that you need to be less to keep her around. But here's the truth. A woman who wants you doesn't feel crowded by you. She feels safe with you. The constant need for space is her telling you subconsciously that she's not ready, or worse, not interested, but she likes the attention. She likes the option. She likes knowing you're there, while she explores other paths and you're left in limbo, wondering what you did wrong, wondering how to be better. When the reality is simple, you can't negotiate attraction. You can't earn emotional investment through patience and understanding alone. If she wanted to be close, she would be close. Walk away from the woman who constantly needs distance, not because you're giving up, but because you're choosing yourself. You're choosing presence over confusion. The second thing to watch for is when she says repeatedly, you're too nice, or you're too good for me. This one cuts deep because it sounds like a compliment. It sounds like she's acknowledging your value, your character. But decode what's really happening. When a woman says you're too nice, she's saying she's not attracted. She's saying you're safe, predictable, comfortable, boring. She's saying she feels no tension, no challenge, no spark. And before you misunderstand me, I'm not telling you to become an asshole. I'm not telling you to play games or manipulate, but I am telling you that niceness without boundaries is not attractive, it's weak. Being kind is masculine. Being a doormat is not. There's a difference between generosity and people-pleasing for approval. When you're too available, too eager, too accommodating, you signal low value, not because you're kind, but because you have no standards, no life outside of her, no mission bigger than her. Women are attracted to men who have direction and purpose. Men who are kind, yes, but also grounded and strong. When she says you're too nice, what she means is, I don't respect you enough to be attracted to you. And that should wake you up, not to change for her, but to recognize the dynamic. You've become her emotional support, her validation, her comfort, but not her desire. And you deserve both. You deserve a woman who sees your kindness as strength, not as weakness to exploit. The phrase, you're too good for me, is even more dangerous because it sounds humble, it sounds self-aware. But what it really is a preemptive exit strategy. She's telling you in advance that she's going to hurt you, that she's going to let you down. And when she does, she'll remind you, I told you I wasn't good enough. It's a way to avoid accountability while keeping you hooked. You'll try to prove her wrong. You'll work harder to show her that she is good enough, that you're not going anywhere. But she's not asking for reassurance. She's giving you a warning, and you need to listen. Walk away from the woman. Who tells you you're too good? Because deep down she believes it. And she'll sabotage what you're building to prove herself right. The third statement to notice is when she constantly talks about her ex or past relationships in ways that glorify them or keep them emotionally alive. Listen, everyone has a past, everyone has previous relationships, and it's healthy to acknowledge that. But there's a difference between having moved on and still being emotionally tethered. If she's always mentioning him, comparing you to him, bringing up memories with him, checking his social media, wondering what he's doing now, you're not her present, you're her placeholder, you're the distraction while she processes unfinished business. And that's not your job. Your job is not to heal her. Your job is not to compete with a ghost from her past. Your job is to walk forward with a woman who's ready to walk with you fully. When a woman is over someone, she doesn't talk about them. She doesn't compare you. She doesn't keep tabs. She's present with you. She's building with you, not reminiscing about him. And if she says things like, he was so confident, he was so exciting, he really knew how to lead, what she's doing unconsciously is communicating dissatisfaction with you. Through the lens of him, she's highlighting what's missing by romanticizing what was, even if what was hurt her, even if he treated her badly. Because attraction isn't logical, and unresolved attachment doesn't disappear with time alone. It requires true closure and intentional moving forward. If she hasn't done that work, you'll always be in a triangle. You, her, and his memory. That's not a relationship. That's a competition you can't win. Walk away from the woman who hasn't released her past, not to punish her, but to honor yourself. You deserve to be someone's first choice, not their second option or their rebound story. The fourth thing to listen for is when she repeatedly says, I don't know what I want. This phrase is poison because it sounds honest, it sounds vulnerable, even reflective, and your instinct as a man is to give her time, to give her space, patience, to wait while she figures it out. But here's the hard truth. When a woman says this to you, she knows exactly what she wants. She just doesn't want you, or at least not fully, not in the way you deserve. Let me be clear. Confusion is a choice. Indecision is a decision. If you were the right man, she wouldn't be confused. She'd be certain, she'd be clear, she'd be moving toward commitment, not away from it. Think about it this way. When a woman meets a man she's genuinely attracted to, a man who embodies what she needs, does she sit there confused? Does she need months to decide? No, she knows immediately. She feels it, she acts on it, she locks it down. But when she's lukewarm, when she's unsure, when she's keeping options open, that's when the confusion comes, and you're left waiting, hoping she'll choose you, hoping she'll realize your worth, hoping time will create clarity. But time doesn't create attraction. Time only reveals what's already there, or what's missing. And while you wait, you're putting your life on hold. You're investing emotionally into someone who's half in, half out, 1 foot here, 1 foot somewhere else. That's not partnership, that's torture. Walk away from the woman who doesn't know what she wants, because your clarity deserves to be met with equal clarity. You're not an experiment. You're not a maybe. You're not a backup plan. You're a grown man with purpose, direction, and value. And the woman for you will know that immediately. She won't need time to decide if you're worth it. She'll know you are. The fifth and final thing to recognize as a red flag is when she says variations of, I'm just not ready for serious, or I want to keep things casual. After you've already been consistently showing up, investing, building, creating connection. This one is brutal because it often comes after weeks or months of acting like a couple, spending time together, sharing intimacy, emotions, building what feels like a real relationship, and then suddenly she pumps the brakes. She redefines the terms. She tells you she's not ready for what you've already been doing, and you feel blindsided, you feel used, confused, you wonder what changed, but nothing changed. She was never on the same page. She was enjoying the benefits of your commitment without giving commitment back. She was receiving your presence, your effort, your consistency, while keeping herself free to explore other options, and the moment you ask for definition or exclusivity, she retreats into casual. Here's what you need to know when a woman is truly interested in you long term. She doesn't resist commitment. She doesn't fear labels. She doesn't need to keep things loose. She wants security with you. She wants to build with you. She wants the world to know that you're hers and she's yours. The resistance to commitment isn't about timing or readiness. It's about you specifically. She's not ready for serious with you, but she might be tomorrow with someone else. And that's the part that most men can't accept. We tell ourselves stories. She's been hurt before. She needs more time. She's scared of vulnerability. And maybe that's all true, but it's irrelevant because the right man makes her want to try anyway. The right man makes her feel like the risk is worth it. If you're not that man, no amount of waiting will change it. Walk away from the woman who wants to keep you casual while you're showing up serious. Not because casual is wrong, but because mismatched intention creates resentment and pain. You'll start to feel like you're not enough, like you need to prove more, do more, be more. But the truth is simpler. She's just not choosing you fully, and you deserve to be chosen. Fully, clearly, without hesitation. So let's bring this together. These 5 things, these 5 statements are not just phrases. They're patterns of behavior, patterns of emotional unavailability, patterns of disrespect, sometimes conscious, sometimes not. But patterns nonetheless, and patterns reveal character. They reveal intention. They reveal where someone truly is in their emotional maturity and their readiness for you. Your job as a man is not to fix her, not to wait endlessly, not to convince her of your worth. Your job is to protect your peace, your time, your emotional energy by recognizing these signs early and walking away with dignity, not out of ego, not out of revenge, but out of self-respect, out of knowing that you're building something in your life that requires a partner who's equally committed, equally clear, equally invested. Walking away doesn't make you cold. It makes you wise. It makes you a man who values himself enough to not settle for confusion, for half-hearted effort, for breadcrumbs of attention. You're not running from women. You're running toward yourself, toward your mission, toward the life you're creating, and the right woman will run with you, not away from you. She won't need space constantly. She won't call you too nice. She won't glorify her ex. She won't be confused about you. She won't resist being serious. She'll be present. She'll be clear. She'll be a partner in every sense of the word, and that's what you're holding out for. Not perfection, but presence. Not games, but genuine effort. Not confusion, but clarity. So, if you're in a situation right now where you're hearing one or more of these phrases, I want you to pause. Stop trying to fix it. Stop trying to prove yourself. Stop waiting for her to change. And ask yourself honestly, is this the energy I want to build a life with? Is this the respect I deserve from a partner? Is this confusion serving me, or is it slowly destroying me? Most of the time. You already know the answer. You just don't want to accept it, because accepting it means walking away. And walking away feels like losing. But walking away from the wrong person is actually winning. Winning back your time, winning back your peace, winning back your self-respect, and creating space in your life for the woman who's ready, for the woman who's sure, for the woman who sees you and doesn't hesitate. That's the woman worth waiting for. That's the energy worth investing in. So let her go. Let go of the confusion. Let go of the hope that she'll suddenly wake up and realize what she's losing. Maybe she will one day, maybe she won't, but that's no longer your concern. Your concern is you, your growth, your purpose, your peace, your future. Build that with intention. Build that with standards. And the right woman will recognize what you've built and want to protect it with you. Not test it, not question it, not make you prove it. She'll just know. And you'll know too. Because clarity feels different. It feels light, not heavy. It feels certain, not anxious. It feels like partnership, not like a battle. That's what you're moving toward. So keep moving. Keep walking forward. Keep honoring yourself. And if you found value here, if this resonated with you, if this gave you the clarity you've been searching for, hit that subscribe button, because there are thousands of men going through the same thing, needing the same truth, and we're building something here. A community of men who choose self-respect over desperation, who choose clarity over confusion, who choose to walk away. When walking away is the answer, that takes courage, that takes maturity, that takes a man who knows his worth and refuses to settle. Be that man, walk forward, and don't look back.